We all finally ready?
Yes, sir.
I
Okay.
believe so, yeah.
Let's have a good session. Cue the intro. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Idiots Rolling Dice for another episode of Monster Hunters Wanted. We're finally here, back again after missing last week. I think we're all excited to be here. Those of us who are here. I am Mimic the Idiot. I am not your dungeon master tonight. Oh,
Gasp.
What? But I am, here, and for those of you who don't know what Monster Hunter Wanted is, it's our little side campaign. We play if somebody isn't here for the main campaign, because we don't want to skip their parts in the story and whatnot. Where just every week the dungeon master will try to kill us with a hard monster. So like I said, I am Mimic the Idiot, and I'm joined tonight by Mr. Play to Fool.
Hello. I'm Play the Fool, playing Zephyr, Air Genasi Warlock. Hoping
Next,
to make money and not die.
Yay, that's always a good thing. Next up, Miss Daisy Cakes.
Hi. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
That's good.
Sorry.
And
Fabulous.
last, certainly not least, especially tonight, dungeon mastering for us this evening, Mr. Vex. Welcome back to the DM chair.
Oh, it feels so good. I miss DMing sometimes, you know?
Oh God, you're giving him power he shouldn't have.
I had power in the first couple. What are you talking about?
I know. I just mean currently.
He was most of our very first DM. He introduced us to this game, or he introduced a lot of us to this game playing it wise.
He knows a lot.
We're happy to have him back leading the chair. And I am going to pass to him. So he's going to get us started.
Alrighty. We dive back into the world of... I have to bring up your character shit, because I forgot the name of the...
Varakia.
Varakia, there it is. I see it now. So we're back in Varakia, alright? So, you guys, people of the monster hunting community, which I should say now, since it's probably grown to a decent point at this stage, Queen's offering a decent chunk of change for every monster at this point, because it's getting a little out of hand. So, you guys have heard some rumblings that there's a decent prize in the mountains to the north of Varakia, where a little small town of, let's say, scientists, quote unquote, are studying these monsters. And so we'll start with play. We'll start with our boy Zephyr. How did you hear, and how are you going to get there?
You're muted, Play.
You're muted.
Sorry. Zephyr always has his ear out here, listening for any kind of money-making opportunity. So he obviously heard from people in the area that stuff was going on up in the mountains, and he's just getting there any way possible, probably stealing horses and hitchhiking and however he can get there.
Just roll a luck check real quick.
It's just a D20 roll. You
It's
don't
just
have a
a
modifier.
D20.
Okay.
Yeah.
No modifier? Okay, 7.
You stole like a pony. It's a little bloodied. You stole it from a kid.
Zephyr doing what he got to do, man.
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, But you're kind of moving along with this pony. I mean, it's a decent pony. It's not like it's gonna go fast or anything, but you've made a decent time. But yeah, you're on your way. So venturing and adventuring, trying to make that money.
Exactly.
All right.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, you'll get there eventually. Who knows how long it will take, but you'll get there. All right, so you roll up into town after like probably a couple days of trying to get there on this pony. I think you probably just ditched it at one point trying to get up this mountain
Most definitely.
because a pony was probably at its probably end of its life trying to get there. You haven't fed it. You don't really care about it. You stole it.
It's me.
Yeah, I mean it's Zephyr we're talking about, you know.
Okay.
He would have had jerky, but
You gave it to someone last time.
Yes, he gave it to someone. That's what happened.
All right, so you roll up into Yellowseed. It's not the biggest town you've ever seen, but it's a bustling town full of like people that are here to try and help the monster hunter community, right? So there's people here that are just researching monsters, like they have corpses upon corpses of monsters that are just brought in for an extra reward for these like townspeople if they're brave enough to go and grab a body. So you roll up, and at this point, you're probably walking in. You don't see too much that's really like weird to you, since like you've been a monster hunter for a couple years at this point. So piles of bodies of monsters are kind of just like normal. But as you walk in, you see a couple people that are kind of giving you some looks, like are they a little terrified of you.
as he sees the people that are terrified of him, he kind of just like looks behind him, like, did something follow me here?
All right, so we'll leave you there, just contemplating on that for a little bit. As we move to Theobald.
All right.
So how did you hear, and how are you getting there?
So Theobald Gold is he's from the town of Cecina, and not too long ago, some monster hunters came into town and killed a dragon, and he thought that was the coolest shit he ever heard, right? So Theobald had a little magical blacksmith, little magical enchanting shop in Cecina. Mostly he'd been doing work for like mining companies, making like magical lights and never-ending ropes and shit. But he was like, wow, this dragon killing monster hunters, this sounds like a great adventure. So Theobald, being from a mountain town, he has a very large pet goat that he's riding on. And as he's like heading to Yellowseed, this place where all these monster hunters, because Theobald's a smart guy. He's like he was trained as a blacksmith before like he realized he could do magic and stuff, and then he just learned how to do magic. So he is bringing the head of the dragon, which the dragon hunters left, or the monster hunters left last time in Cecina, to Yellowseed to bring to these people studying. He's got like long brown hair kind of pulled back in a ponytail with like kind of bangs off to each side of his face. And he's got like pale gold tattoos that kind of cover him. He's a very pale person, but he's got these white rose gold almost tattoos that look to be covering his face, and he's just riding his goat, trucking along up the mountain.
So your goat is by far the best seed to get up these mountains. It's not an easy trek. Most of these people that live up here for a reason. They're not going to be bothered.
Yes, sir.
By monsters, unless it's a dragon. So who knows? But you kind of straddle in right in your little goat. Not probably a little, but it's a decent size
it's
goat.
a big goat.
It's a big goat. So you stride in, and people do seem wary of you, but a person comes up to you and goes, you brought another specimen, I see.
Yeah, this is a pretty recently deceased, looks like copper dragon. Figured you folks up here might do something with it.
Oh, copper dragons are our favorite, you know? It's just so amazing how he looks a little like out there a little bit, like he's a monster nerd, like he's just.
Can I get an insight check on him?
Yeah.
Nine.
You just find him a little awkward, like he's probably not that much of a people person.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
he's just glamoring at the chance to study this copper dragon.
I mean, yeah, it's first dragon I ever met, so I'm pretty excited about it. But it's great specimen in great shape, pretty new. So
Yeah. I bet. If you want to take that to the mayor, who'll give you a reward.
I do like rewards. I will. Where can you point me in the direction of the mayor's place where I take this?
Yeah. So he points you, and it's like it almost looks like a church that's like the town hall.
Uh-huh.
But we'll get to that in a second. So we'll leave you there, starting to head towards the mayor. As we switch over to Miss Ferris. So
It's
how
me.
did you hear and are gonna get to Yellowseed?
Well, I don't know if you've heard. Maybe you're new to it, but I'm a pretty big deal when it comes to monster hunting. My body count's high. I get all of those, and I have the flyer with me, ready to go when I do get that monster. So I came and I saw and was ready to conquer. Was. I'm not so sure.
All right, so after hearing the rumblings of whatever's going on here at Yellowseed, you make your way, and by most counts, you probably just walk there, like you
Yeah.
usually do, because you're not one to look for help.
It's good for the glutes.
Exactly. Actually, give me a straight like strength or athletics check to see how tired you are from trekking up this mountain on foot.
Okay. Well, my strength's +7, so 18.
Yeah, you get up there and you kind of wipe the little bit of sweat off your forehead, and you're
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, it's hot with all this hair, but otherwise it looks fabulous.
So you walk into town and you see an old friend, Zephyr, just kind of looking around, just a little confused probably at just like why people are staring at him. But the moment you set foot into town, you are surrounded by like 20 of these scientists just looking at you and just are like, "Oh my God, it's Miss Ferris! Oh my God, oh my God, can I have your autograph?"
I mean, sure.
They
It's
have
kind of like,
they have parchments and like ink pens, like
yeah, so like a quill,
pens.
like a
Yeah,
quill. So I make
just at the
like
ready.
mine's like it's a big M and then sparse. There you
So,
go.
so since you're such a big monster hunter, you've contributed to the science community a fair lot. Not by you particularly, but just from your feats of defeating a lot of these monsters. So
No,
these townsfolk love you.
it serves a better good. It's not like we just do it for fun. I mean, it's a plus that it's exciting and thrilling, and but otherwise, it's good for the communities, and so it's good for everybody, and I get money, so it's good for me.
Exactly. Hey, Zephyr, give me a insight check, or not insight. Probably a perception check. There we go.
Perception. 19.
So the people that were kind of staring at you a little hesitantly, because you do have a little bit of a reputation, right? I mean, you get around, you're a decently known monster hunter, but they know you're not like a big shot. So like some of these people are wary of new monster hunters that they haven't seen or known, but all of a sudden you see the people that were just kind of like looking at you kind of funny instantly follow towards this big group where you see Miss Ferris.
Seeing that Miss Ferris is at the center of this huge crowd, Zephyr just kind of lets out a deep sigh, goes, lowers his shoulders, puts his head down, and kind of wanders off towards the closest pub.
Miss Ferris, give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
You instantly recognize the thief, the notorious Zephyr.
Zephyr, I know you're not going to walk right past.
Hi, Miss Harris. I didn't see you there.
Are you heading for a beer?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, are you here to slay the monster?
I'm here to make money. If killing something a lot larger than me and scary is in the cards, then I'm all for it.
Okay. Well, I kind of just shove the guys to the side because they're all probably here. So I'm just kind of yeah, to the science guys. Kind of just move around them.
They kind of open a path for you. They're not gonna try to stop you.
I didn't mean
No, but you just kind of go, guys. Can I just go? And they're like, oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I guess.
Parts the nerd see.
Yeah, they pretty much part for you.
I'll do the.
All right, so you guys go head over to the bar, and then we'll leave you guys at the bar for a second, and we'll go back to Theo over there.
So Theo was tied up as Goat Rutherford outside of this church mayor's mansion type thing. Grabs the copper dragon skull. Theo's he's a very medium build man, but you can tell he's ripped from being a blacksmith. He's not hugely jacked, but he is cut up as hell. So Theo has the dragon head and is walking into this church thing.
So you notice this building, right? And it looks like a church. It looks like they just kind of reused this town because it was probably the most defensible town they could find for a community of monster people that just research and look into monsters. So being in a town on top of pretty much a mountain was the perfect combination of safety and if anything isn't fully dead yet, it could probably take care of it because it's not going to get too far. So you can tell that the mayor's office, quote unquote, is just a reused church.
All right.
So you walk in and the entrance is massive, huge doors. As you open it, kind of push it. Actually, give me a strike check.
Oh, Theo is not very strong. Oh, but I did roll a 19 on the dice, so that becomes an 18.
So with all your might,
-1.
So
yes, I got a -1.
Yeah, you try to push it with one hand. You're like, oh, this is hot. So you kind of push your shoulder and full on open it with your shoulder.
Yeah,
pushing all your weight against it, and you finally open it. And it is just a sprawling church. It looks beautiful.
Shit, this is a lot nicer than anything we got back home.
As you can tell some walls were just randomly put up for offices.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
As you see a desk right in front of you and a receptionist per se is sitting there just going over parchments, and she looks up and goes, how can I help you?
I was told to bring this thing here, and he holds up the dragon head.
Oh yes, and she rings the bell that's on her table. As
before a person comes out, can I ask her anything been going on in this town outside of the normal science stuff?
Yeah, sorry, I mean, are you here for the monster that we have a problem with?
I mean, I could be.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yeah, I'm here to help with that.
Okay. The mayor will tell you much more.
All right, thank you.
As all of a sudden you see this person. It's a human that walks from the end of the church from a doorway out, and you see her walking. Give me a perception check.
17.
So as you see her walk out, she has long dark hair, glasses, like the big fucking glasses that are like huge around her eyes. And she walks up to the receptionist, kind of puts her hand on the receptionist's shoulder, goes, we have a copper dragon here, huh?
Theo does wear a cowboy hat, and he takes it off and like nods his head and says, "Nice to meet you," and says, "Yeah, I got this thing."
She walks over and like kind of like holds out her hand to like for you to drop it in there.
I set it down gently.
As you set it down in our hands, give me a perception check real quick.
13.
13, even with a 13, you notice that she doesn't even budge. Like the dragon head is pretty heavy, right? It's even if it was a young dragon, it's still a heavy thing because dragons are huge.
Right.
You notice that she has no effort with just one hand held out. That kind of scares you just a tiny bit.
Theo isn't like... Theo's good around people, but he also is just like very open because he comes from like a pretty like open like total community. He's like, gosh dang, you're a strong little person there, aren't you?
Yeah, and like she's wearing like a full on like almost lab coat per se. It's just like a nice like coat that she's wearing. So you can't really see like how built she is, but just from like her just taking it in one hand and just like kind of like start inspecting it with the other hand, you're like, damn, she's strong. As
Dang.
she goes like, oh wow, yeah, I can say I'm pretty strong. So that would be what, 20 gold? That sound about right to you?
Sure thing. Actually, can I roll an insight check on that?
Yeah.
I rolled a 2, so that's a 6.
So you don't. I mean, you may have like decent knowledge of most things that go on around the world, but since this community is pretty tight knit about like what they really give out for rewards for the dead bodies, you don't know how much like a dragon head is gonna go for.
Yeah.
But as she kind of starts like piecing out the gold count, she's like, if you're about the whole dragon, that would have been so much better. But 20 gold for a nice copper dragon head, we can study it, see how they spit acid and stuff.
Yeah, lifting a whole dragon is kind of difficult. I guess I could have invented something.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, the head is it's the most important part. Don't get me wrong, but we would love like the throat area too. But yeah,
I'll keep that in mind for next time. This is my first time visiting Yellowseed, so.
Okay. Well, enjoy your stay. If you ever need anything, just holler. I am they call me Y. Go with that.
Why?
Yes.
Gotcha. Theo like bows his head again.
Most of the time people just call me the mayor,
That
We're
makes
not-
sense.
We're not too much about names here, we're more about just helping you. Are you a monster hunter? I didn't quite catch that. I don't.
Theo says, I'm a little green around the gills, but yeah. And he's not necessarily telling the truth. So he's got a 15 on deception because he's never actually hunted a monster before.
We'll roll on her insight. She got a 1, so she's like, oh well, more the merrier for monster hunters, in my opinion. So
yeah, for sure.
if you ever need anything, just come back here. Our beautiful receptionist will take care of you. And if you need to talk to me, she'll just ring that bell.
Gotcha. Theo nods his head to both of them and says, actually, wait, I've been hearing rumor of a little monster around this town. Is there anything I can do to help?
Yes. Yes, so we have a little bit of a monster problem, I would say. Just a teeny tiny one. Give me an insight roll on that.
7. Every insight check I've rolled has been dog shit.
You can, from what you can tell, that like teeny tiny was like ominous, but like you couldn't tell. Like you just don't know if she's like.
I mean,
being
Theo just
serious
expects
or
people
not.
to be honest with him. That's kind of his thing.
So she goes, we have a little tiny bit of a monster problem, and seeing as like we try to help you guys as much as we can, we expect to have a little help ourselves sometimes, you know?
Oh, totally. I'm here to help.
So if you I know the barkeep knew a person that was killed by the monster. Probably your best bet to find information. I don't know too much about it at the moment. I've been trying to research it myself. Couldn't really find much. So your best bet is probably to go to the bar. Speak to the barkeep whose best friend was killed. Unfortunately. May
So-
God save his soul.
Sorry for their loss. Oh, well, thank you very much. You've been very kind, all of you. Theo bows his head again, puts his cowboy hat back on, and he's gonna go untie his goat and just like let it walk through the town, head back down to the bar. He's not gonna ride it. He deserves a rest. Rutherford
Yeah,
has been a good goat.
As Rutherford kind of
Yes, Rutherford.
like is free to roam around. It's a good goat. He hasn't done anything ever, so.
I swear to God, if something happens to my goat, I'm gonna fucking find you.
All right, so we'll head over to the bar. So with Miss Ferris and Zephyr, you guys walk into the bar, and you go to the bar, right to the bar, as you guys always do.
Yeah, Zephyr sits down and he just orders an ale.
So you go up to the bar, and you see the barkeep, and it's not a big bar by any means. You don't think most of these people probably drink with what they're doing, because being drunk on the job at this job isn't the safest. But it's there. People probably drink after their shift or whatever. So it's like your normal kind of hole in the wall kind of bar. The barkeep is a brutish guy, long, dark beard, slicked back hair. He looks very professional, unlike some of the barkeeps you've met before, where they're mostly just dinges that just kind of serve alcohol. He looks like a professional bartender, like collared shirt, a leather vest over the collared shirt. He looks pristine. As you walk up, as he walks over to you guys, says, well, hello, Miss Ferris. It's a pleasure. I've always wanted to meet you. And oh, Zephyr, we've heard so much about you.
Sure, most of the bad stories are just exaggerations. The good ones are true.
Good ones are true. Ooh, sir. If you start anything, I will kill you.
Duly noted.
Okay. Glad we had that understanding. So what can I get you guys?
Take an ale.
Yeah, ale for both of us. Thanks.
Oh, sure. As he kind of walks off and starts pouring some ales as the door opens and Theo walks in.
Can Theo go ahead and give a perception check?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 9. Theo is like, basically what I'm trying to think of is like, if Theo recognizes Zephyr, from, the last town. So I got a 9.
Yeah, I would say even with a 9, you would probably recognize him just because he's famous for the wrong reasons.
Mhm.
So, like, he may not be the most well-known hunter, but from your point of view, and like you dealt with them last time anyway, you know him.
All right.
Yeah, and
It's
we weren't
infamous.
exactly quiet in Cecina.
Yeah.
No.
So like Theo didn't have any direct run-ins, but obviously like word traveled around the town.
Yeah.
So Theo's gonna take off his hat, walk up and like just pat Zephyr on the back and says, "Excuse me, sir, were you one of the hunters that slayed that dragon in Cecina?"
Who's asking?
I mean, I'm just from that village, and I just wanted to thank you if you were.
Oh, then yes. I was the one that made the killing blow.
Oh,
Make a deception check on that one. Dude, your insights rolls are fucking awful.
I rolled in that one.
15!
So Theo, you instantly believe that
didn't hear
Zephyr
you.
dealt the dealing blow.
Oh man, I please let me buy your drink and your friend's drink. Theo like flips the gold to the bartenders. Like, please, thank you so much. That obviously was a big
The
help.
bartender looks at you and goes, "We do not flip gold coins here. We place them in our hands, sir.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
We have some respect here. We are not a hole in the wall."
I would just like to vehemently apologize for my behavior, sir.
He slides the coin back and then holds out his hand.
Theo takes an extra coin, and places it gently in his hand.
He kind of pockets it and goes, "Thank you."
Can I get a vibe check on this guy?
Yeah.
If that's good, that's gonna be 23 on insight.
The vibe you tell is this guy could fuck you up really easily.
Uh,
And you want to be respectful around him.
Theo just kind of like Theo doesn't like him, but like
So I'll give you a little insight to him since you got a 23 or whatever. You can tell that like despite being like a research like safe haven for people, there are probably ex-monster hunters here, and probably pretty fucking famous ones that are like half retired but still like do guard duty for this city
mhm.
and are paid generously by the queen to do so. As you vibe check him, you get a sense that he was probably one of the most probably well-known monster hunters.
All right. Well, once
As
again,
like as he turns, you can see like he has part of his head shaven. He has long hair, but like part of it's shaven. You can see a huge scar across his side that's shaven.
gotcha. Theo just turns to Zephyr and says, "Well, thank you again, good sir, for helping out with that thing. I don't know if you were one of the ones in Cecina, but you do look familiar, miss. My name's Theo Gold. I should introduce myself. I'm Theo Gold.
I'm Miss Forrest. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, ma'am. Theo
Thank
says,
you for the drinks.
"Yeah, of course, of course. I'm happy
As you
to
say
do
that, all three drinks come out to you guys.
Yeah, Theo just takes a sip. Says, "Well, I assumingly you're both monster hunters. You hear after whatever has been plaguing this town."
Sir, you're looking at two of the best monster hunters that are available to you.
Wow.
Give me a deception check on that one. Daisy.
18
Give me an insight check though.
plus 1 is 19.
I got another 23 on insight.
Fuck
Um,
you.
You can tell they're good monster hunters, not two of the best though.
Well, Theo just kind of like acknowledges that and is like, "Well, I'm lucky to have such good company here, aren't I?"
Have a seat.
Yeah, of course, of course. Thank you for the offer. Theo sits down.
Alright, so as you guys kind of start talking and sharing your drinks together, does Theo like divulge that the barkeep knows about the monster?
So I think Theo is not trying to lead too hard because he doesn't want to fuck up. Here on his first mission, kind of. So I think Theo is gonna like nudge, says, "Hey, I got to this town a little bit ago and I dropped off something at the mayor's place, and she said the bartender might know something about the whatever's going on in this town. I figure, you two elite monster hunters, you might have some questions for them, and maybe we could work together on this sort of thing,
If anybody's gonna have information, it'll be one of these two. As I kind of like eye over at the bar.
Yeah, I think I shall defer to your expertise on these questions.
So what do you want
Zeph.
to do, Miss Ferris? You just
I-
need you the reins to go ask questions.
Okay.
Or Zephyr. Zephyr
Well.
can also ask.
Zephyr could do it. I like talking to people. I like just doing it. I like reading all the information's there, and
So we'll say the pamphlet that you have didn't say much. It just said help needed at Yellowseed. Monster
I know.
around.
So Zephyr kind of motions for the bartender to come back over and just asks, like, heard word around that there seems to be a monster plaguing your lovely little town here.
He walks over and he goes, yes. We've had a bit of a difficulty, I would say. A couple of guards have gone missing. As you might know, might not know, Yellowseed is protected by some of the ex-monster hunters that are like kind of retired or just too hurt. So we protect the researchers that are doing their job because some of these monsters may not be fully dead. No. Sometimes some of them are smart enough to play dead. Some of these monsters do have a little bit of brain power. So it can be a little dangerous for them. And whenever a corpse is brought in, if it's not beheaded, like the sir that the dragon had brought in, motions to Theo. If
Theo
they're
just
not,
nods.
if they're not decapitated, most of the time we send out the guards, which are ex-monster hunters, to check the bodies, make sure they're fully dead. But recently, we've had a monster start spewing around, and 2 of the guards have died.
Were they attacked in, daylight? Was it at night? Was it
Um,
particular area around that they were doing? The perimeter is pretty large.
It is a big town. It's not a big town, but it is a big town. We got places spread out. It's a place
A lot
where
of places.
it's a lot of space, and a lot of stuff can happen in that space.
Exactly.
Couple of attacks did happen during daylight. Unfortunately, no one saw really anything. They just saw a shadow from the sky, and that was it.
From the sky
From the sky, yes.
and drop attack.
We don't know. The guards are making their rounds as usual. One of them, Miss Ferris, you probably know very well. He probably took place just before you became famous. He might have been even on your first adventure. It was Mr. Tibble, one of the greatest that I have seen, in my opinion, monster hunters. He took down an adult dragon. He was killed just the other day.
And hopefully his soul is at rest. But we're just seeing this happen over and over again, and we don't know much more than we did from the first attack.
Yes. Whatever this creature is very smart and can almost like hide its presence a little bit. If not, it's just really good at sneaking. Who knows?
May I
So there's a
interject
fight.
a question real quick?
Oh, of course.
Is there
By all means.
anything about the did you guys find the bodies of the ones that were killed? Is there anything
Yeah.
special?
Yes.
Any like wounds?
So the first body was almost drowned, it seemed like. Like when we inspected the body was his lungs were filled with water, and like acid water at that. And the second body had a stinger stuck in his chest. It was very odd. Like I've never seen 2 like different attack patterns on a monster before.
I'm just gonna take a guess that you guys don't have like a hot spring where somebody would get acid in their lungs anywhere nearby, right?
No.
All right, that's that's what I figured.
No,
Theo is like,
the closest place we have is like a spring, and the spring is fresh water where we get our fresh water.
gotcha. Theo is like feverishly scribbling in like probably a journal that is like stuffed with extra paper and stuff. It's like the binding is bursting pretty much.
But yeah, so 2 different attack patterns. We don't know if it's 2 monsters or anything. But what we do know is there is a crazy man, to say the least, that lives just at the very edge on the other side of the mountain, from where like the path that leads up here is on the other side of that path, on the opposite side of town, I should say, not the path. He experiments on monsters. He is one of the only ones, very few, that have magic in this town that isn't a monster hunter.
Gotcha.
Experiments? How?
I didn't want to ask questions when he moved. But the mayor sees it as a good opportunity to experiment on some of these to see if different, like, potions work against different kind of monsters, like oils or anything kind of thing. Maybe even experimenting and fighting a mutagen that can, like, help us against some of these stronger monsters that people keep dying. So he's mostly here to experiment on these monsters and get down to like the meat of things on how these creatures can cast magic. So I would say he is probably your best bet. I mean, I have information I have given you is all that I know, unfortunately. But yes, your best bet is him. He's a crazy old kook. That's for sure.
Oh, that'll be fun. Well,
Oh yeah.
we appreciate it. We appreciate everything that you have told us. It certainly picks up a few extra steps for us.
Oh, you're very welcome. And may your journey bear fruit.
As Theo gets up to leave, he nods his head and kind of leans in and says, "Sorry about your friend there." Puts his hat back on and turns away.
He just kind of nods at you.
So we head in
Just
that direction.
going to the crazy guy's house, huh?
It looks like it. So, what's your experience there, Mister? Looking at Mr. Cowboy Hat over there.
My experience in terms of monster hunting or in terms of just general stuff?
Monster hunting.
Theo's gonna say the same thing. He's like, I'm a little green around the gills, but I'm don't worry, I got plenty of talent.
Mm.
Yeah,
You seem like you're smart and
13.
Give me an insight check, Miss Ferris.
30-20.
You could tell he is probably lying.
I just kind of shrug it off because it's fine. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm not gonna blow up his spot on it. I'm just gonna say, all right, well, we got some work to do, so why don't you throw an extra pair of hands into the pot, but understand that anything that comes from whatever we kill gets split.
Oh, I would not think of things any other way.
Okay, well, you'll have to forgive my friend here. We monster hunters are not often looked on, even though we help, not looked on fondly. So
forgive your friend. This man is one of my heroes. He helped to save my hometown.
That's what I do it for.
Well,
Give me a
Alrighty.
deception check on that one.
Oh my god.
Both of you can do an insight check on that one.
I got a
19.
nat 20.
I got a 7.
So I would say
I wasn't even
Var-
paying attention. I'm looking
Miss
over there.
Varys, you kind of know what Zephyr kind of is. I mean, just from your time spent monster hunting with him, he doesn't care about the fame at all. He just cares about making money. As
Yeah.
for Theo, you can tell that was a blatant lie.
Theo, I don't think really cares. Like, he doesn't care that he's just in it for the money. Like, he helped save the town. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you get some fame from it, but I mean, most of the time, monster hunters are kind of looked down upon just because people feel like they bring more trouble than what they do. So fame isn't truly a huge part of it. It's more just a lot of monster hunters are there in for the money.
absolutely. Well, we want to go check out
Hey,
this
what?
scientist person.
Yeah. Let's go see what he has to say.
All right, so you guys start heading towards the opposite side of town. Like you pass the mayor's office, which Theo already went in. It's just a huge church. It's like a beautiful church, well kept and everything. And as you notice that most of the buildings are all well kept. Like these people know what they're doing. It's like it is well funded here probably by the queen. You guys have really no idea if the queen's funding this place, but you can tell it's someone's funding this place decently well to do their job. So as you walk past, you start heading it. There's like a little wooded area on top of this mountain. Like it's not full on just like rockiness on top of this mountain. It is a little woodsy. So you start heading through the woods, weirdly enough, and he was right. This dude is a kook. He lives in a house at the edge of the town, if not out of the town at this point. And you walk up and you just instantly feel a little creeped out because there's bones everywhere. Actually, just everyone give me a perception check on.
16.
6. 8. Sorry. I keep forgetting to add my modifier.
6.
So Theo's the only one that really sees this. There's piles of bones of like dragon, goats for some reason.
I swear to God, if this motherfucker touches knockout, I like grab Rutherford's lead like real tight.
Lions, tigers. From what you can, I mean, you have your notebook.
Bears on my.
As you're walking by, you're flipping through, like you know the pages by heart because you've written in it so much that you walk by a pile of bones. You're like, that's this kind of monster. That's this kind of monster. Flip through another again. That's this type of monster. Like this dude is almost creepy to this point, like with how many bones and parts of just monsters that are just lying around outside of his house. And as you get closer, Theo, you notice that the house has a huge hole in the roof.
Well, I mean, I certainly understand why they're suspicious of this guy, but I think, I don't blame him. If everybody, like, if he comes into town, everybody starts calling him crazy, like, that's rude, supposed to be welcoming, right? This guy might have a lot of knowledge, but there's a lot of weird shit around here. And, I mean, I hope it doesn't rain much or snow, because he's got a hole in his roof.
So as you guys approach, does one of you want to knock on the door?
Can Theo cast detect magic?
Yeah.
So in a 30-foot sphere, I
Do you want to do it like as you get closer, so the house is surrounded, or not?
Yeah, basically. As we like walk up to the door, I want to cast detect magic.
So as you cast detect magic, you feel a disgusting presence. Not one of like normal like elemental magic that most people use for monster hunters. Like it's kind of gross feeling in your gut from this detect magic. You can't tell if a spell was used at all, but you can just feel a disgusting like dark magic being used.
Can I tell if it's like necrotic or like in any way?
No, because you would detect that it would be necrotic, but it's not.
All right. So it's just like dark kind of sus magic.
Yeah, you don't know what kind of magic it really is just because you're probably not too like versed in the knowledge of magic. You know how to do magic, but you're not like properly trained.
I mean,
You
Theo reads a
learned
lot. He's
yourself.
a smart boy.
He's a smart boy. Don't get me wrong, but you weren't like trained by like you weren't an apprentice
Right.
of like a magician.
Right. Self-taught. I get it.
Yeah. So does one of you want to knock on the door?
Zephyr, I'll knock on the door.
So you knock on the door. You hear rumbling in the house, like loud, like fuck this shit, it's not working. Fuck. Oh my god, why isn't this not working? As he comes and opens the door, and you see a very old man. His eyes are almost like sunken into his skull. He's just that old. He's almost, what you can tell, probably is like 100 and more. Long white beard. He just kind of looks just really raggedy and just old. As he goes, "Oh, what the fuck do you guys want, huh? Huh?" He's like breathing heavily.
Here to ask you some questions about the monster that's been attacking people in the city.
I don't know shit. He closes the door.
That went well.
That was good.
Uh,
Should try again though.
Theo's gonna knock on the door this time and kind of stand up front.
He opens the door back out. Like, what the fuck do you want?
And says, takes off his hat and nods his head. He's like, hello, sir. I heard you was a man of science, and as somewhat of a scientist myself, I was wondering if you'd be willing to maybe exchange some information with me. I heard you were the brightest mind in town, so I wanted to help come and see for myself.
He's gonna go, he kind of like calms down for a second as like just the word information and exchanging notes kind of excited him for a second, as you can tell. He goes, yes, come in. Just you though. Your friends can stay outside. Fuck them. They were rude. They knocked on my door.
Hold on. Okay. Theo can't really do anything right now. He kind of looks behind him, gives a nod to Miss Farris and Zephyr, and Theo's gonna follow in.
So right as you follow in, he instantly like slams the door in your two friends' face. As he goes, what kind of information you got, huh?
Oh, I'm very, very skilled in like enchanting items, weapons, and all sorts of stuff, as well as crafting new things and developing new technologies and stuff. So, thought I might be a little helpful in this town, but I heard you were, like I said, one of the smartest people here, so.
Well, age comes with knowledge, you know?
Yes, sir.
Is your how long is your detect magic?
I can keep it concentration up for 10 minutes. I would like to keep it up, but maybe not, like, let him know I'm casting anything.
Make a flat stealth check. See if you can like keep it up without him noticing.
Okay. 17.
He does not notice at the moment.
Okay.
As you can tell. So your detect magic, that disgusting feeling you got is even more present now that you're in front of this man, and you get a hint of necrotic. From him exactly. Like he's probably keeping his life with necrotic somehow. You don't know if it's like he's sucking the souls out of people per se, but you can tell like he's doing something to keep himself like alive despite his like old age. And with that, give me a perception check to see how old he like really looks like.
5.
Even with a 5, I would say like I think it was only a 5 to beat it anyway because it's really obvious. He's probably like 160 years old for a human. And as you know, humans only live to like 102 in this world, really. So you can tell like he's beyond expiration and he's keeping himself alive with some type of dark magic.
Gotcha. All right.
But she looks at you and goes, not really in the way of like making things per se. Maybe more research stuff and try to experiment on monsters. That's I'm not really into making devices, you know.
Yes, sir.
But if you have any information on monsters, I would love it.
Um. Okay. Theo is going to he's going to use magical tinkering. He's got like a little hammer that he carries with him, and like it's just like he fiddles with stuff all the way here. So he pulls out like a little disc, and on one side he puts like a putty of some kind, like a sticky substance. Then he like blasts it on the other side. So it creates a like static visual effect of like just a human. He creates it in the image to be like a guard standing at his post, right? And he says, "Well, these are my Gold Express monster lures right here. So these can be very handy for luring in monsters and trapping them, if that's something you'd be interested in."
He kind of looks at you and kind of like shakes his head like very fast, like I don't need that. You know, we're very well protected here. Not barely any monsters come around here.
You know, you say that, but I heard from the mayor when I was dropping something off with her. Well, she was the one who told me about you. That something's been happening. A couple guards have been disappearing. So I thought maybe these little monster lures might be helpful.
Then give it to the mayor. I don't need them. I'm safe over here. As he kind of starts backing away once he hears that.
I mean, Theo puts his hands up and backs away. He says, "I meant no disrespect, sir. If you wouldn't mind me asking, do you know anything about this disappearance? You seem to know what's going on, so I want to make sure that I stay safe following an example like yours if I'm going to be here."
He kind of scratches the back of his ear and goes, "Can't tell you that." Now, if you don't have any monster information, I would love you to leave right now. You're making me uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, I brought in the head of a copper dragon. Would that interest you?
Yes, very much so. I would love a copper dragon head. It's the only one I don't have. I have every other dragon head except for copper dragon head.
Shit, I gave it to the mayor already. I could tell you about it. And like Theo like takes out like just some stuffed pages that he stuffed into his journal of notes. And like lays them out on like a desk or something. Says, "Here's all the notes, everything I took about the copper dragon head. If that's helpful."
Oh yes. He goes to like grab the notes. You try to stop him.
Theo just lets him.
He kind of goes like grabs them and just kind of like has it right up to his face and goes, "Yeah, yep. Whoa. Oh, I could use this. This is what I might need. Oh, how much do you want for this?"
Like I said, exchange of information. You know, what do you need this for?
I try to do like some experiments to see if we can find any way to kill these monsters, like for regular people that don't have like a way to like protect themselves, like a village per se that doesn't have enough money to hire a monster hunter. Even though I know the queen does offer a lot of rewards, but sometimes a lot of these monsters, you know, they're all plentiful. You know, I mean, look how many fucking bones and shit I got outside. You know.
You do have quite the collection, sir.
I do. I love it. But sometimes like some of these people don't have a means to protect themselves, so like sometimes I try to make stuff that will help them. You know.
Theo's rolled a 9 on an insight check. He's just trying to get a vibe of this guy, but probably doesn't.
Your vibe is he's fucking weird right now. Like you can tell he's hiding a lot. Like what he's saying just doesn't kind of make sense to you. Is like most of the time the queen is paying for these bounties, right?
Right.
They're even if it is a small village that can't afford it per se, the queen's gonna cover a lot of it.
Right. Like
so what he's saying yeah, it's a whole point of having the monster hunters. So what he's saying doesn't make any sense to you. Like, it's just not computing right. You know, I mean, you don't get anything else in that. You just know that what he's saying doesn't make much sense. And it could just be that whatever magic he's using to keep himself alive is affecting his brain, per se. But you don't know. So, what are the two outside doing right now, though?
I mean, we're just kind of still processing the fact that the door slammed, and you know, you hit my toe a little bit, by the way. So, just wanted to let you know. Otherwise, just sitting, waiting, I guess, for him to come out and see what came of this very weird conversation.
I mean, you guys doing anything you like?
Oh,
I have no
Zephyr's
idea.
trying to like looking around, see if he can find a window to peek in.
Give me a perception check.
19.
7.
With your 19, you notice there is a window to the side of the house. Like, you kind of like pacing back and forth, waiting for Theo to get out back outside,
Yeah.
and you see a window. Yeah. Do you want to look inside the window?
I'll let Zephyr handle that. He likes to keep an eye out on that.
So Zephyr, give me another perception check.
Using a different D20 for this one. Should have used the original. Nat 1, so I got a 4.
It's a little too dark to really see what's inside. Like, it's not well lit inside this area of the house that he's in, or that you're looking through. So you can't really tell much. You can see some like dark shapes in there, but it's very hard to tell. And if that's all you guys are doing, we'll go back inside to the Kook and Theo.
I mean, it's just the windows. I don't.
You mean you can look at it too if you want to give me a perception check?
No, because it's probably not going to be any better.
You can you might
Better
as well
than a
try.
nat 1? You got 19 out of 20 chance to do better than a nat 1.
That's very true. That is very true. All right. I'll go for it. We'll see. I'll go take a look. Okay, mine's 13.
When just that, you actually beat it. It was a 13.
Oh, good. So I can see.
So you see in there, and your eyes are probably a little bit more adjusted just from your years of experience to like adjust really fast to darker places. From going to layers and stuff like that of monsters. And as you see inside, you see body parts of a shark, a snake, not a snake, which one?
Oh, I have dark vision, so it would have been.
Oh
even
my
better.
God. But either way, you see a head of a shark, a tail or a body of a snake with like a stinger at the end, missing its tail, and the body of like an eagle.
Wait, so it was like a shark into the stinger?
Yeah, but that's all you see. All you see is the snake's tail is missing. You don't get anything else. You just see the body of a shark.
Okay, but we just see like. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Good. So possibly explains one of the deaths. I still don't understand the drowning guy, but I mean, there are water creatures, I guess. But why would a water creature chase a guy in the middle of the day? I don't know.
A shark could have taken somebody underwater and drowned it, I guess.
I guess, but where's he going to go? He's going to come on land to grab the guy to pull him underwater? I mean, these guys...
Are you going to do anything else, or are you just going to keep waiting for Theo?
I mean, I'm gonna investigate more into the bodies. I'm gonna look at them
Then
I
give me an investigation
probably,
check.
because I have some experience. Yeah, I was gonna say I may have like at least something a little bit better. Let's see. All right. 7 to 9. 9.
You pretty much just see what you kind of see again. I mean, you can't see like it's almost like you're trying to look and like the bodies are turned in a specific way that you can't see anything else. I mean, that's really all you notice. You can't notice much more.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go back inside with Theo then.
Yeah.
So,
Go back.
as Theo's just like kind of trying to get information out of this guy, what are you doing next?
Can Theo just like casually kind of walk, trying to maintain conversation, like walk further into the house, try and get a better view of everything?
Yeah, give me let's say a sleight of hand check to see if you can keep the conversation kind of going while you're
Don't
walking.
Fucking fail me. It's 10.
With a 10, he's way too absorbed anyway into these notes of the dragon head. So actually, give me advantage. I don't know why I didn't say that from the beginning.
That's a 19 on advantage.
So with a 19, you can easily kind of keep conversation. You're kind of just talking to him. He's kind of like kind of not really humming, but just kind of yeah, as you kind of start talking about the dragon.
Can I take a
also,
perception check of what's in the house?
Yeah.
9.
With a 9, there's like a calder on the fireplace in the middle of the room where you are, because it's more like his living room area at the moment. It's not a huge house, but it has like 4 or 5 rooms in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell from where you are, but you can tell like just from the sides of the house. There's probably like 4 to 5 rooms.
Can I see the hole in the ceiling?
Yeah, clearly there's a hole in the ceiling, and it's
there
huge.
Anything like sticking out of it?
Not at the moment. All you see is like a couple. Actually, give me an investigation check. You got to beat a 10.
Nat 20.
So with a nat 20, you can tell this hole is big enough for a monster to come out of. And as you look up at it, you can see that the hole isn't exactly in where the living room is. It's more into the room where the window is, where they're looking outside.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very clearly big. And there's a little bit of feather stuck to like the side.
Theo clocks this. And I think Theo is just like getting kind of a bad sense in general, that he probably shouldn't be in here alone. And Theo just says, well, sir, I apologize for taking up too much of your time. I look forward to possibly seeing you again. As like I said, I've heard great things about you. I think I shall take my leave and go reconnect with those dimwits outside, right?
As you say that, he kind of looks up from his parchment paper and goes, "Oh, you're not leaving. You're going to be my assistant. Your notes are so valuable."
I'm happy to help, but I don't think I can stay. Is there something I can help you with, like right now, quickly?
Quickly. Yes, you can. As he kind of like zooms behind you, despite his old age, he's kind of a little bit fast. He starts pushing you towards the room where the hole is.
Theo is going to try and like subtly cast tinkering magic again, and just like whisper beneath his breath, monster inside, and then try to like throw another one of these little discs out the hole that maybe they'll see it outside. Just like he's really subtly trying to do this. It's not a very
give me a sleight of hand.
Got a 15?
15. Yeah, you needed like a 15 anyway, I would say, to be able to do this. So you kind of like whisper to yourself. He's like, he's probably just thinking like he's probably not wanting to do this, so he's saying shit to himself.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of like turn to him and like to get him to stop pushing you, you kind of chuck it, and he doesn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
Now you two outside, give me a perception check.
Please don't fail.
16.
7.
So with a 16, you see something coming out of the hole. Is it the same like hologram thing that you showed him before?
No, I can enchant like a up to 6 second long recording message, but it is another one of like those little disc things.
Okay. So you see it come. You see like a disc be thrown out of this hole, right? And you pretty much catch it, and you hear the message. There's a monster inside.
Okay. Well,
So what are you guys gonna do?
well, at first it kind of surprises me because I wasn't. It was more of like a reflex and not like I was actually expecting like I was going to catch something. So, oh, all right, we hear it. So now we're gonna. I guess we have to go inside and get him. We can't just leave him in there to die. That would just be mean. I mean, he was nice. He brought a spear.
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go. I guess we're gonna go inside and rescue him.
How are you guys gonna get inside?
At this point, like through the window, do they see Theo like enter that room?
So I would say like as you guys are discussing, you see light start shining into the window as the door is opened, and you see Theo being pushed in. Everyone, give me a perception check.
19.
18. 2.
9.
So dirty 20.
Zephyr, you don't give a shit about this at the moment. You're like, this guy's just crazy. I don't want to be here. This is creepy as fuck. The two of you, as the door opens and light starts shining in, you see a body, like a mess of bodies, right? And you see a couple human bodies, and in the middle of like this pile of bodies, you see a body of a coastal creature, like a goat kind of thing, with wings, a tail of a snake, and a head of a shark, and a head of an eagle. Start standing up.
Theo really is trying to keep his composure. He's like, have you crafted a chimera of some kind there, sir?
It's my greatest creation, and you can help me for touching the third head.
Third? Wow, that's a lot of heads.
Yeah, and that third head is going to be a copper dragon head.
Theo's gonna try to de-escalate the situation. He's gonna be like, out of curiosity, there, sir. I unfortunately only brought the head to town. Is that gonna be enough for it to do whatever you need to do? I know, like dragon anatomy, like some of their power comes from like in their stomach and throat and stuff.
I don't care about the power of the dragon. It's just the third head will complete the chimera and will be more powerful, and we can use it to kill people and like take over and help people. As he kind of lets it slip, he's pretty out there and he's just fucking crazy.
Yeah. So not gonna do that.
Huh.
No. That's horrible. That's horrible. That is. I have seen some really weird stuff.
So as you guys are like, not really trying to hide at this point, or you're kind of just looking in, he notices you guys, and he looks at Theo, pushes Theo. Give me a strength check, Theo, real quick. See how far you get pushed in.
13.
13. You get pushed in like halfway from inside the room to the door that you were pushing, and he closes the door, and he starts whistling. As this monster really kind of starts waking up, it starts shaking its head.
Oh shit!
Everybody roll initiative.
I got a 19 initiative.
15.
16.
Hey, that's some good initiative rolls.
I gotta write this down because I'm not gonna remember. I don't know why I'm not prepared at all. Notepad. So what'd you get, Mimic?
19.
What'd you get, Daisy?
15.
And Play got a what?
16.
16. All right. So, Theo, I would literally forgot what you got, Theo.
19.
Holy shit. 19. You're gonna be first. So, Theo, what you gonna do, boy?
So with Theo's action, he's gonna grab like a knife or something, and cast the. He's just gonna. It doesn't have to be a knife. He's just gonna grab something with he can touch, and cast light on it, to like just have light in a like sphere, like around him and in the room, so people outside can see. That's a ASMR thing I can do. Just like a white light, just on like an item on the table. And then because Theo has he's crossbow expert, he can use his bonus action to do a crossbow attack. So Theo's like, "Sir, I thought you were supposed to help people." And he's gonna attack I missed my dice tower. He's gonna attack the scientist guy with a 11 plus. He's 15.
15 hits.
So Theo, blasts him with a crossbow shot. Ooh, 9 damage. Let's go. Big rolls.
How do you want to kill the scientist guy?
Theo's crossbow doesn't shoot arrows. It shoots like pebbles. And Theo just like, he whips his crossbow out of he's got like this leather duster on, goes and says, "I thought you were helping people." Blasts a pebble in the head of the guy. He's like, "Oh, shit, I didn't think it was gonna be that strong." And then like, can Theo as a free action just shout like, "Climb in through the fucking hole if you got to. This thing is scary."
The fucking scientist only had like 2 HP, so
yeah. So Theo just blasts him.
Since the pebble, like, it's powerful enough that it just goes right through his forehead as like he's trying to shut the door on you. Goes right through his forehead and out the other, and you just see him just like slump to the ground. And just give me a straight what would that even be? Let's say charisma, just a flat charisma check.
Charisma check. I'm good at charisma, but that's an 11.
You are horrified you just killed a human being.
Holy fuck, I did not intend to do that. Help, please.
All right. Next is gonna be the monster.
Shit.
So this monster starts kind of waking up, like, and one of its head looks at Theo, and the other kind of turns to the people outside. As it looks and watches its creator just get shot in the head, it's gonna like roar, and it's really like unpleasant and disturbing roar because it's like,
I mean, it's an unpleasant and disturbing creature, like.
well, yeah, it just looks all disturbing, but its roar is even more disturbing as it's kind of like a mix between like an eagle, a lion, and like if a shark made noise, it's that.
Yikes. Okay.
As it's going to, it looks more afraid to you guys at the moment, so it's more just gonna like flap its wings and just bust out of this house.
Okay.
As it busts out of this house, you're not close enough to make a opportunity attack, unfortunately. So it busts out of this house and then lands on the other side of you two outside. And as it does, what it's gonna do is hold its action.
Wow, that was a lot of build up for Tension.
All right, so now it is Play's turn, right?
Maybe if it's Master's dead, it
yeah.
won't be
Yeah,
mean.
Play's turn.
Maybe since it's Master's dead, it's gonna be extra mean.
I don't know. Maybe it was only doing what it was forced to be doing. I don't know. Shit, this is
a
bad.
Free Willy.
Oh.
Play, what you gonna do?
All right, so Zephyr was not paying any mind to what was going on inside the house because he was just kind of sitting on a rock polishing the scales that he took off the copper dragon. So this thing comes out, busts out, lands like right in front of him basically, and scares the crap out of him. So he's casting Eldritch Blast at it out of just sheer holy crap. It is a ranged spell attack. 17 plus 5, 22.
That hits.
And that is 1d10 worth of damage. Ooh, 10 damage.
Nice. All right. Anything else? You gonna move or anything?
Yeah, after he casts it, he's just gonna, like, slowly back up to where Miss Faris is. Going like, this thing is freaky!
Yeah. So as like it lands in front of you guys, you can really see it now. The head is like the shark head is sewn on, and so is the eagle head. It is like disgustingly graphic on like what this thing really looks like. Its fur is red with what you can assume is blood from all the bodies that were just sitting in the pile that he was on, and it just stares at both of you now as you just shot a fucking Eldritch Blast at it, and it looks pissed. All right, Miss Ferris, you're up.
Well, that's just ducky, isn't it? That is. Oh.
I don't
Okay.
think it's got any duck in it.
We can't be sure. We can't be sure. I was like, I'm kind of just like looking around at it. I don't even know where to start, but God, this guy's so fucked up. Well, I'm gonna run at it because I have a great axe, so I'm gonna take a few swings at the shark head. I feel like we're close enough because you said it's between Zephyr and I, basically.
Well, is that for sitting on the rock? It is now, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So 14 plus. So 17.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. D12. It's 5 plus 4 is 9. So 9 damage.
Yep.
And that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
For now. I'm not gonna waste my extra.
All right. So brings us back to the top in Theo.
Theo is going to try to just like, how high is the hole like in the ceiling? Is it like scalable for a 5'10" person, or?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, it's like on the. It's really only like a 1-floor house. Just long.
So Theo is gonna do tinkering again, and I can make an object emit like an odor. So I'm gonna tinker it is like try to make, like another one of those little disc things emit like a dead animal odor, and like throw it, like kind of near the house, as I like kind of climb onto the roof, like throw it near the house to like try and like, but around the corner to try and get it off of Miss Ferris and,
Well, first make that athletics check to see if you can scale up to the hole.
So I don't think Theo's gonna do it. Theo got a 2 on
No.
athletics.
No. So you go to you feel like this is my chance to impress, kind of start my real adventure, as a monster hunter. And you get that pumped up feeling like I'm gonna go climb this, throw this thing out the window, or throw this thing out the hole, and be like, yeah, let's go. As you start trying to climb, you try to jump off the corner to the other corner and try to reach up. You get it pretty well, and then you slip and fall.
Shit! Fuck. Can I just throw the disc out the hole? It won't be as accurate where I wanted it to go, but
Yeah. Give me just a strength check. See how far you can get it.
that's a 5. That's a 4.
4. You go your aim. You think you're gonna aim it perfectly, where you want it to go, and what your plan was. You throw it, and it clinks to it's an all wooden house, so there's jagged edges sticking out of the hole. It hits one of those, and just clanks up, and then just sits on top of the roof.
I mean, that's something, right? Shit.
So what does this do?
It emits an odor, and I wanted to emit the odor of a dying animal, kind of like a corpse or something, that I might eat. Basically, kind of want to mimic the smell that's inside its chamber.
Yeah. So on its turn, I'll make a charisma check maybe to see if it wants to go to that, or keep on Miss Ferris that just slashed it.
I don't necessarily know if it's evil inherently, but
Anything else on your turn?
I thought that used all my shit.
Okay. So we're gonna do Monster's turn. It's just gonna give me a charisma check. It doesn't look interested in the smell at all.
Shit.
So it looks at both of you, Zephyr and Miss Ferris, that are now standing next to one another, as the Chimera, one of its heads kind of jerks back and just starts exhaling out of the shark head a water. So I'm going to make both of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, perfect. Let's
11.
if I have advantage on dexterity saving throw. Let's see. Well, that one's much better. So 16.
All right. So $19, $21, $25. So Zephyr, you take 25 damage and knocked prone as the shark head just spews out this tidal wave of water, and pushes you right into the house. And Theo hears a clunk as Miss Ferris, you just kind of push your shoulder into the water, but you still are gonna take half damage.
I think
So,
Theo is kind of looking out the window oh shit, that looked like it hurt.
Oh, fun.
And you take 25 half
To
Miss Ferris
12.
to 12.
Okay.
As it's gonna attack you again, Miss Ferris, with a claw.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm really low on health, so let's hope not.
You need to fucking rage there, Missy.
Mm-hmm.
What's your AC?
It's true. It's 10, 11 with my armor.
11. Well, I got a 12.
That's great. That's fucking fabulous. That's awesome. Good for you.
Jeez, how is your AC so bad? I think it'd be better if you took your fucking clothes off. Because you're on armor defense. What's your dex?
-1.
That's bad.
That's really bad. You take 7 damage from its
Shit.
claws.
How you looking?
I'm dead.
Okay. All right. Great stuff, team.
All right, so that goes to Play's turn. What's his Zephyr?
Okay.
Better to drown after all this fucking bullshit.
Alrighty. So, after being thrown into a house by a surge of water, we're casting.
You gonna stand up because you are knocked prone.
Yeah, I'm standing up.
Yeah.
Definitely. And how far away from the creature am I now?
It probably pushed you back like 10 feet, so you're probably, what, 20, 25 feet maybe at most from it?
Okay, that works. Going to cast Mind Spike at a 3rd level.
Okay.
So creature has to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Beat a 13.
You got an at 20.
Okay.
What does the spell do?
As you reach into the mind of a creature you can see within range, the target must make a wisdom saving throw, taking 3d8 psychic damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. But casting at a 3rd level, it adds a d8, so
what are you casting it at?
3rd level.
3rd level?
So it takes 4d8 psychic damage.
Okay.
So
Does it
22,
half?
half to 11. Half to 11.
All right. Why don't you make those saving throws for me? Because it's using its spell turning, which it has advantage on saving throws, and if it's a 4th level spell or lower, it has no effect on the chimera, instead targets the caster.
So it's let's see. 13.
Does that beat your saving, right?
That is a save, yeah.
It is my save. Yeah.
So you get half your own damage then.
So you take that 11.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work.
And now it goes back to the top of the. Or Daisy, give me your first death save.
Oh god. Wait, can I? Does it have a click spot like on FG, or
No.
or can I just roll? All right,
You just roll.
15.
That's
Okay.
your first success.
Yes.
Goes to the top with Theo.
Cool.
Hmm. Can I just like get a feel for what what the chimera is like gonna do?
Yeah, you just give me a straight insight check.
14.
So with 14, you can tell it's mostly just trying to protect itself. Like it doesn't even want to fight you guys. From what you can see, just from its posture and the way it's not really even trying to like attack you guys per se. It really only attacked Miss Ferris just because she slashed it across its chest.
Okay.
And it really only used that like tidal wave breath weapon just to back you guys up.
Can Theo try to get out of the thing again?
Do you want to go out the window or do you want to go out the fucking roof?
I'd like to go out the window this time.
Just give me an athletics check. You got to be a 5.
Do I have? Can I? I'm gonna cast guidance on myself as an action. So I add a D4. Hey, that's a 3. I got a 6. I got a 6 to beat this athletics check. I have really bad athletics. Hey, y'all two are fucking dead. Don't laugh at me.
I have 2 hit points, okay?
Alright, so you get
Just
out
having
of
to get
this
that.
window. You kind of break the glass. You kind of like go through it. You're like, oh, let's go.
So Theo's gonna just like walk out with its hands up, and essentially he's just gonna like be real slow, move real like slow, and just try to make it seem like he's peaceful, and he's just saying, "Hey, little buddy, I didn't mean to hurt you. Your master was attacking me. I want to let you go. They're scared. We're all just scared. She's dead. Just you can just fly away, and be your own little creature, right?"
Give me a charisma check with advantage.
Okay, with advantage. I got a 9
That's with advantage?
with advantage. Yeah.
Damn. Jesus.
Oh my god.
So it looks at you and it does like the eagle head kind of like turns to its side as you're speaking, and just kind of starts taking a more defensive like stance again.
Theo just
As for a moment when you kind of walked up with your hands up like as a no threat, it kind of relaxed for a second, but as you started speaking, it kind of like took a defensive stance again.
Theo just backs up, hands up. I've used my action. I don't really have any
Okay.
bonus actions I want to do. Okay. So Theo's just gonna
So
sit here.
is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's the monster's turn again. It's gonna take 2 attacks at Theo.
So it's gonna run up to me, because I'm like, I'd like to think I'm like just outside of the house, kind of
Yeah.
like stepped away from Zephyr.
But it's as it the Chimera looks at Zephyr, looks how like beaten up he is, and just thinks he's not gonna be a threat anymore.
Yeah.
As like he looks at you, and especially because you were trying to talk to it and get it to stand down, it looks more mad at you than anything.
Okay.
It's gonna make 2 attacks against you, one with its head and one with its claws. One's gonna be an 11,
That's gonna miss.
and the other is going to be a 14.
Theo's just gonna take it.
Okay. It's gonna move its claws. You take 5 damage.
All right. 5 damage. That's fine.
As it kind of just sits there and stares at you, not looking at anything else. As it goes to Play's turn.
Right. In an attempt to confuse it, I'm going to run over to Theo, put my hand on his shoulder, and cast invisibility at the 3rd level, so I make myself, and him both invisible.
So both of you are going to be invisible?
Yes.
Okay. Both of you roll stealth checks.
Just flatter with advantage. I think invisibility gives us advantage, right?
It should. What does the spell say? Does it say you get advantage on it?
Doesn't say anything about advantage. It says a creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person. The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts the spell.
Okay. I will say you guys get advantage just because it's not really expecting.
Cool. Then I got a 13.
I got a 21.
Let's see. I'll make a quick perception check for it to see if it notices. Yeah. Nope, it got a fucking 4. So you walk over kind of calmly like Theo did last time, trying to like almost non-threateningly as you put your hand on Theo and just you both vanish from sight from the chimera. Anything else you guys are doing? Or anything else you're doing, Clay?
Again, just kind of slowly backing away, hoping not to make any noise to draw the chimera's attention. Since
Okay.
I'm really, really hurt.
All right, it's gonna go to Miss Ferris. Give me that second death save roll.
18.
Second success. Congratulations. One more before you're stable. All right, Theo, your turn.
So the monster doesn't see me. The chimera doesn't see me, right?
Nope.
Can I get to Miss Ferris on the ground?
Yeah, you're only like 15 to 10 feet away.
Okay. So I'm going to like slowly back away very cautiously to Miss Ferris. I'm going to use my ability Healing Hands. It's like a ASMR thing. So it's not a spell technically. And heal her for 6 hit points.
Okay.
That's my action, and then I'm just gonna slowly continue backing away the rest of my 15 feet of movement. Still invisible.
Awesome. All right. Now it's a monster's turn. I will say this, Miss Ferris, give me a stealth check.
Uh, 19 minus 1, 18.
18. It doesn't seem to notice that you are healed at all. It is still kind of looking around, kind of just swiping in the air at just air, trying to look for these two. As it kind of just looks around, I mean, I guess I can make a perception check for them. Got a natural 1. So what it's gonna do is just gonna flap its wings and just take off.
Okay.
Everybody give me a perception check real quick.
13,
7.
14.
11.
Two of you, Theo, you're kind of more concerned about just the immediate danger. If this thing is just going to come back and get you guys, you're not. For you, you don't feel safe even if you're invisible.
Yeah.
But for you you notice the direction where it started to flying to is towards town. And
Balls.
it was the Chimera's turn. It goes to Zephyr.
Well, that's not good.
That.
Think we should follow it?
I mean, we have to. If it's going towards town, we have to go.
Yeah, we got a fucking dipset, y'all.
Meanwhile, Zephyr's still invisible, talking to Miss Farris.
Miss Ferris, give me a perception check.
Standing right there.
Oh, I assumed that you weren't staying that way. It's an 8, so completely oblivious. I heard your voice, and it didn't even matter. I didn't even care that I couldn't see you. I heard your voice, and I just said, "Fuck it, get go."
All right, what are you guys doing? So how we're gonna do this? We're putting a momentary stop on the combat order.
So I think if we're gonna put a stop on the combat order, what Theo is gonna do is gonna be like, I'm gonna get on fucking Rutherford. Let's book our asses back to town and try to help these people, right?
Sounds good to me.
And so
That is the goat of all goats.
Yeah.
So as you start heading
Rutherford.
towards to where Rutherford is, where you kind of tied him off, he's missing.
I swear to fucking God, I will kill the shit out of this chimera. I will go down. It doesn't matter if I live. I swear to God. Can I make like an investigation check?
Yeah.
I got a 21. Do I see like blood or anything?
No. All of a sudden, you kind of hear the brrr is behind the tree. It was blocking your view perfectly. He's just sitting there eating some grass.
Rutherford, hey, when we get to town, I need you to hide like the sneakiest goat ever. And I'm gonna hop on him and have him take off. And while he's doing that, I'm going to create 4 of these disc things because I can do up to 4 that create like a static effect of hopefully like 4 basically illusions of like guards or people standing in various positions.
Okay.
Is like what I'm trying to do with 4 of these little hollow discs.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else you two are doing? Well, you're sitting on the goat.
Yeah, I mean I'm pretty focused on the thing that's that's flying over here. I mean, I'm glad the goat's okay. I'm glad your friend's okay. But I'm pretty focused on that.
All right. So we'll say it takes you about another round. Probably not even another round. We'll do 3 rounds. No, that's 2, right? 3 minutes?
3 rounds would be 18 seconds.
18 seconds. For all intents and purposes, it takes about like 20 rounds. So what I will say, because it's a decent bit off from the walk you guys had, and it was not a long per se walk, but it was far enough that it felt like a while.
Yeah, so it takes us 2 minutes to get back at full speed. Okay.
Yeah. So it takes you like 2 minutes to get back. As you like hear people start screaming as you get closer and closer, the screaming is worse and worse. As you get into town, you see as you guys start getting to town, as you go by the church, all of a sudden you see the door kicked open. You see the mayor pissed as all hell, and like Theo, you've seen how nice she is already, and you're like, that's kind of scary.
That's not a good thing.
As you see, give me all perception checks real quick.
I have dropped so many dice off my desk.
18.
18.
18. All of you see the barkeep that you were just talking to, literally fighting for his life against this thing. He has one hand is stuck in the beak of the eagle, and the other one has a sword plunged into the shark's head. As he's just sitting there fighting it. As the mayor comes out and goes, "What the flying fuck is going on?"
Theo is like riding in. He's got these discs. And he's like, "Scientist guy was fucking bad. Anybody with a sword, come fucking help." As like, are we going back into initiative order, or are we still kind of in free
Yes,
space?
we are.
Okay.
So it is. We're gonna start right at the top of the round with you first.
Okay. Theo is gonna try to basically try to throw these hollow discs essentially, like kind of around the area to confuse the attempt to confuse the chimera. Like, so I generate like 4 projections of people in like various poses, like some guards, somebody running away, to try and like confuse the thing.
So give me a deception check with advantage.
Okay, with advantage. I'm not gonna use that first one. And that's a fucking 7 with advantage. I rolled a nat 1 and a 3.
With a 7, you notice that like the eagle head kind of lets go of the barkeep's hand for a second, looks at these things, and then just goes right back to trying to like attack the barkeep.
Fuck, I thought it was a decent idea. If this had not gone south so fast. This would have been real fucking smart. Trust me. But
Anything else on your turn?
I think that's probably my action and bonus action to throw those 4 discs.
Okay. As it's the monster's turn, so the monster's going to take 2 attacks at this barkeep. One with its head and claws. One's going to miss and one's going to hit. Barkeep's going to take 10 damage. The barkeep looks a little worse for wear. Like, you guys, the 2 minutes that it took you guys to get here, the barkeep's been fighting this thing off, and he's looking a little worse for wear, to be honest. So it's the monster's turn as it's staying like engaged with the barkeep as it comes to Zephyr's turn.
All right, we're going to go for Eldritch Blast again.
What's the range on it?
120 feet.
I would say you're probably just out of range. Like, it's so how you guys coming in the town? It's the monster's more towards the bar, which is probably like 170 to like 200 feet away. So you guys are still pretty far.
So I have nothing I'd be able to do then.
You can take your full action to start sprinting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do my full action dash.
I took my full movement on my turn too to get close.
Yeah, okay. That's your turn. It goes to Miss Ferris.
Well, since, the bartender's fighting for his life, we're not really thinking that this is just a scared creature. Now he's trying to eat people, so we have to kill it.
If you got some potions, you should probably use them because you're fucked up.
I got second wind, so I am going to use that as my bonus action. 1 plus 3. 10 plus 3 is 13. Heal. Yeah. All right. Now, I was going to use the great axe, I guess, but well, how far away would you say we are right now from where they're standing?
There's still so Theo and Zephyr are probably like 70-ish feet away at this point. You're still like 180, 170.
Okay. Well, then I'll just move closer. I have 30 feet, so.
Are you going to take the 30? Or are you going to do your full action dash?
Can I do that if I already did a bonus action?
Yeah, it's not your...
Yeah, your full,
it doesn't
your
affect
action.
that.
Your action dash is using your action to dash another 30 feet.
Okay. Well, then I'll do that. So 60 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are now all closer. It goes back to Theo. What's your goat's movement speed, actually? Did you get off Rutherford?
I didn't. I would just assume it's like it's probably 40 feet.
So you're a little closer than everybody else.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop off Rutherford and be like, "Go hide, buddy. Stay safe."
Let's make a stealth check for Rutherford real quick. You got an at 20.
Let's go, Rutherford. That's my guy.
So you get off Rutherford, he kind of like licks your face and just goes and just starts kind of like sneakily like walking.
If I could like use Rutherford's dash first before my turn, technically. Like Rutherford dashes, I hop off.
So with another Rutherford dash, you're probably 40 feet at this point now.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast as a bonus action, cast Branding Smite on my crossbow. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 attacks with it. From here.
Hell yeah.
First attack's gonna be an 11.
That's gonna miss.
Shit. Second attack's gonna miss too.
So like you hop off, and as you're hopping off, you take the crossbow, and like you're still a little afraid. So like that little like slight hesitation / like kind of like wiggle in your arm just shoots it just a little wide.
Oh shit, y'all! I'm sorry. Hadn't properly calculated for my continued speed jumping off Rutherford. It's all right.
All right, so now it goes to the monster's turn. Actually, Mimic,
Yes, sir.
give me a. We're gonna do this how long are your holograms up for?
They
Or how long
can
do they last?
they can stay up continuously as long as I have these 4 images. So they can, as long as it's just a static effect.
Yeah.
They can just stay up.
Okay. Give me another deception check real quick. We'll do this every round to see if it's gonna
That's
go
a
after
10.
You needed a 12.
I'm sorry. You know how I roll.
So it looks
It's
at
not
those.
good.
It looks at those holograms again. It just still thinks it's nothing. Nothing to be worried about yet, as it's gonna take 2 more attacks at the barkeep. Ooh, yikes! They're both gonna hit.
Shit.
Be his bite. Jeez, 110. His claws. Yeah, I only took fucking 8 damage because I rolled awful.
That's my boy.
But he's looking really bad. The barkeep's not looking too good. Like, he might just fall in a couple attacks. All right, is that for your turn?
All right. Now that I'm close enough, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Yes, you are very close.
So, ranged spell attack. 8 plus 5, 13.
Just misses. So, you're super injured. Like, you're just shaking just from the pain that you feel from being hit by a tidal wave and then a fucking, like, claw across your chest. So, like, you hold out your, using a sword, right?
No, he just uses it. What's it called? Like a quarterstaff.
Quarterstaff. You hold out your quarterstaff and, like, the Eldritch Blast fires, but you fire between its 2 wings and it just misses. Goes to Miss Ferris.
All right, so I got about halfway on my last turn, so I'm going to. Well, I'm going to go at least my 30 feet, and then I'm gonna. Oh, I don't have anything for long range, so it doesn't matter. I guess I could action surge, right? Because that would give me an extra ability to move.
Yeah, so you can move up to 90 total feet.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna move the rest of the 60 or so feet it takes me to get there, so that I can try and see if I can next turn at least take a swing.
All right. So you get up pretty much almost right next to it with your action surge.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is the Theo's turn. Actually, wait. So as
The Theo.
the Theo. So right before Theo goes, the mayor is like getting really pissed. She's directing all the science people to get the fuck out of here. As more guards start coming, but they're just getting like thrown around by the tail of this thing. She walks over to Zephyr, who's the furthest away at this point, places a hand on your back and just starts healing you. She's gonna cast Cure Wounds on you at a 3rd level spell slot. I have to look at my fucking character because I forgot how much a 3rd level spell slot is for Cure Wounds. It's 3d8 plus 3. 16, 25 HP back. She rolled really good. Plus what? 4 plus 3 plus 3. So you actually are healing 27 HP back for Zephyr. as
That
she
helps.
like as she casts Cure Wounds on you, then grabs you and goes, "You better fucking kill this thing," and like pushes you back to the fight.
Yikes.
Now it's Theo's turn.
Okay, can I get to the barkeep within 30 feet? Is he within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get to the barkeep, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds just at a first level, and heal him for 6
Okay.
with my action. And then I'm going to bonus action crossbow attack. Nat 20, my Branding Smite is still active, so I'm 2d8 plus 4d6. I rolled 2 8s on my 8s. Let's go.
Damn.
So that's going to be 17 on those. 4d6. 7 plus 5 is 12 more damage. So 17 plus 12, 29 damage with this hit onto this fucking chimera.
It does not like that. You hear like that disgustingly mixed screech.
So what I like, what Theo likes to do, what thinks he does, is he like runs, blasts this healing energy like onto the grabs on the shoulder of the barkeep, and then like as the thing's like mouth kind of opens up, Theo just takes his crossbow, shoots right in into the mouth, and just crits as it's like pebble fucks around in its head and shit.
So yeah, you see like the shark head is just all not taking it well. He just doesn't like a couple teeth got knocked out as a pebble just starts bouncing around inside his mouth.
Hell yeah.
All right, that's your turn. It's gonna be the monster's turn. So as you shot it, naturally, it's gonna make one attack at the barkeep and one attack at you.
Okay.
What's your AC?
13.
Well, so you know how you got a crit?
I mean, yeah.
It got a crit,
Well,
but it misses on the barkeep though.
That's cool, I guess.
It's gonna be with its head. So
Is that the worst one?
yes, it is.
That's no good.
So the eagle head is gonna attack you. 2d10. 15 damage altogether.
Theo stands. He's not super happy about things, but he stands. Holy gosh, that's not good. I still did more.
So the barkeep is looking worse for wear, but he's now free from the grip he had as his sword is still plunged into the shark's head as he just can't remove it at the point because the chimera started moving around from getting shot in the fucking head.
Yeah.
He's just gonna back up a tiny bit, and he's gonna cast. Let's see what's a cast. Good question. Not the right person. He's just gonna cast inflict wounds.
Just win for us.
He's gonna cast inflict wounds, which is to make a spell attack. I always forget that. Spell attack. Ooh, it hits. Got an 18. And it's 4d10 necrotic damage. He's casting it at a second level. 10, 17, 21, 24 of necrotic damage.
Damn, that was pretty impressive there, bud.
So you see this dude just take a step back and really only Theo sees this. You just see like a massive green and black energy kind of form around the barkeep's fist, and he just punches the fucking
Holy shit!
just
Damn.
punches the chimera as you start seeing like the chimera kind of start aging just a tiny bit from all the necrotic damage you just took, as like the red feathers start to kind of go a little bit more white on the tips.
Okay.
It's going to Zephyr's turn.
All right, I'm within 80 feet of the creature now, right? The chimera.
I would say you're in 60. I feel like you got pushed 10 feet from the fucking mare because she's pissed.
All right, so Zephyr kind of looks over his shoulder at the mayor, like nobody in this town likes me. Jesus. Pulls out his crossbow and takes a shot at the thing.
Which
15.
15 just hits.
1d8. 2 damage.
All right. That goes to.
he tore a nail.
I goes to Miss.
All
That goes to you, Daisy. You're up, Miss
right,
Ferris.
hold on. Uh, 9. My. Wait, what do I have here?
Come on, lady, you can do this. Everybody
Okay.
treats you like you're good at this stuff. Be good.
I usually am good. I'm very weak. Let's see. I'm gonna take a swing with my great axe because it's giant and it'll probably hurt. And I'm also standing right next to him, so it kind of seems stupid not to at this point. And I'm gonna get a 19.
That's gonna hit.
1d12 plus 4. Where's my d12? There it is. And 9 plus 4 is 13. So 13 damage on that one. I already used my action surge, so.
How much damage you do?
9 plus 4, so 13
13.
damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's gonna tow to the top of the order. Anything else you want to do, Miss Ferris, on your action or no?
No, I have nothing else I can do. I used my actions, my extra actions.
Okay. Theo, you're up.
So what Theo's gonna do is he's gonna pull out 3 like these little potion bottles. He's gonna throw one at Miss Farris, one at the barkeep, and splash one at himself. They shatter when they hit. And this is a aid spell, so everybody gains. Let's see, 5 temporary hit points, hit point maximum, and current HP actually. So plus 5 HP. All 3 of us. So, and then with my bonus action, I'm gonna just take another shot with this
All right.
thing. I'm gonna get a 14. Does that hit?
Just misses.
Shite.
All right. Anything else?
Nah, that's my action and bonus action.
Okay. Well, fortunately for you guys, it's been 6 rounds. 5 rounds. You see the chimera, the shark head of the chimera, kind of lean back. And it's very telegraphed this time. It looks worse for wear than it did ever. As everybody in a 15-foot cone of it must make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh fuck.
Come on, baby.
So the barkeep's gonna make one.
I got a 20.
Zephyr, you don't need to make one because you're far enough away.
19.
All right, so all of you are not gonna get knocked back and prone, but you're
Hell
still
yeah.
gonna take half damage.
Half damage plus the 5 temp HP.
Yep. So 10, 13, 14, 15. Roll 2 fucking ones.
That's good.
19 damage altogether.
19
so 19
damage.
halved.
Half to 10.
10.
So 5 total damage. That's good. After we lose our temp HP.
But the barkeep did take all 19, and he goes down.
Fuck, even through the temp.
Even through the time, he only had 5 HP, or 10 HP.
Fuck.
Even. So he had 15
boy.
HP left. He's been fighting that thing
Yikes.
since he got there, so, and he's not wearing any armor at the moment. Alright, so that's a monster's turn. It goes to Zephyr.
Alright, casting Eldritch Blast again.
Do it. Do it up.
Nat 20.
Alright. We're still doing spells crit, so
Alright, so that's gonna be 2d10 then.
Give it to me, baby.
That would be 17 damage.
you needed just 17 to kill it. So how do you want to do it?
Alright, so he takes the mace that he uses as his quarterstaff out, kind of just points it in the direction, like the direction of the whole group, and this lightning comes blasting out and just strikes right between the heads of the chimera.
In the back of your head, you hear, I got you this time, buddy. Hey, let's go.
So right as like the lightning pierces through, like you aim it so perfectly, like it right as like Theo's about to shoot another bullet, right as Miss Fair is about to strike again, a bolt of lightning sails right through them and in between both of the heads, and you just see it start splitting apart and falls to the ground.
Holy shit! That's gross.
As you guys have killed it, congratulations!
Holy fuck! Wow, that was intensive. I'm gonna go ahead and cast my first level spell, the Cure Wounds. The barkeep for 9 health.
Yeah, he gets back up just fine.
Hell
And
yeah!
He's
Zephyr,
like, he
Zephyr
gets
turns
up.
to the mayor. Zephyr turns to the mayor and goes, "Got him."
She kind of just stares at you, like a little disappointed that you guys didn't even kill it the first time. And then you let it come to the town.
It was
But,
a surprise attack.
Yeah, we did kind of lose it. So.
The barkeep gets up and goes, "Oh, I haven't fought like that in like 4 years.
Well, I
my
must say,
God.
you were impressive there.
Oh, I think I threw my back though.
I think.
That's the worst of it.
Yeah,
You're fine.
wounds heal, you know. Back pain never goes away. You'll learn that someday, kid."
I mean, okay. Theo is thinking. All right. Theo's just chilling. He can't really do anything else right now.
Okay. I mean, combat's over, so.
Yeah.
The mayor comes up to everybody as you guys are kind of all just like grouped around this thing, and a lot of the scientists are coming out from their homes and stuff. And she goes, "Tell me, what the fuck happened? We've never had this in the history of Yellowseed."
So you know that
We've
like
never had somebody making things before here. Atrocities.
Making things. We don't
Someone
make
made
monsters.
that.
Theo, like holding deer, like his like leather duster that he wears is like torn up, and he's kind of like looking, holding, like putting pressure on his wounds. It's like, you know that scientist guy, wizard dude that lived on the edge of town? Everybody called him crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, so it turns out he was real fucking crazy. Like,
So you're telling me he made this?
I mean, that's what it seemed.
It seems like
he did.
pieced
I do
together-
believe he did call it his creation. He said it was his masterpiece, his creation. Yeah, he made it and was apparently like unleashing it. There was like blood and dead bodies of people inside his house that we went to. It was not good. He's dead. At least, actually, I cannot confirm. I shot him and he looked dead, but he was keeping himself alive by some sort of like magic of some kind. So he might not be actually dead, to be honest.
She just kind of rubs her temples a little bit and just kind of sighs. She goes, I know I shouldn't have trusted him, but he was the only one that really offered any sort of like magic wise into the unknown of monsters. So
Well, I don't think it's.
Well,
I had to take that risk.
the unknown in this case.
Is a fucking chimera.
Yeah, that's not bad for my first monster. Am I right?
She just kind of laughs and goes, "You're cute."
Thank you, man.
All right. Let's get this cleaned up, everybody. Okay. Researchers, you know what to do. Relay all information to everybody out there, just in case this happens again. I doubt it will, but hopefully it doesn't. As you start seeing, like some of the guards start picking up the pieces of this monster and start bringing them to the like designated research centers around the town. As the crowd disperses, as she looks at the three of you and the barkeep, and she just goes, "Why don't you go get some rest?" As she's talking to the barkeep, and he's just like, "Yeah, gotta rest his back." As he kind of starts limping away, just holding his back.
Theo's gonna like talk to the mayor. He's like, "You got like is there like a blacksmith forge in this town I could possibly use?"
I mean, we have someone that knows blacksmithing. He's doesn't really sell stuff, unfortunately. He's more just like kind of like private contracted to us. But you can go talk to him.
Yeah, I'd like to go chat with him, see if I could possibly use his forge. Rutherford, come on.
Your goat comes out from like behind a bush and he just starts galloping towards you.
I give him some chin scratches.
He's loving it. He's just like sticking his neck up like, yes, more. As the mayor looks, like goes, before you go, do you want your reward for killing the beast?
I mean, yay.
Awesome. She kind of like motions you to follow her back to the church. As she walks inside, the receptionist is like hiding behind like the desk and goes, "Is it over?" And she's like, "Yes."
Theo tips his hat down, like nods, and is like, "You're safe, ma'am. Don't worry."
The mayor goes, "Yes, it's over." As she goes behind the desk and grabs a pouch and just tosses it to you guys.
Perfect.
Someone give me a athletics check to see if you catch it.
Somebody who's not named Theo should give that athletics check.
Oh, well, I'm no help. I got a fucking 6.
So did I.
So as both of you try to grab it, your hands hit.
But Theo got an 18. He kind of catches it as it like passes, passes past him.
You guys go to reach for it. Hit your hands, like both of you, like you hit each other's hands. The thing hits you, and Theo is just like between you both, and just kind of sticks his hands out and catches it.
Hey, we got it, guys.
There is 2,000 gold in there altogether.
Well, that does not split evenly 3 ways. Tell you what, y'all.
Sorry, 2,500.
It still ain't split. Tell you what, though, y'all. You each, because you're the more experienced, and not that I feel like I owe you for letting me tag along with this. You each take 1,000 gold, and I'll take 500. How about that? Sound good, everybody?
Fine with me.
That works for me.
Yeah, appreciate it.
The mayor looked at you guys. Sorry, there wasn't more. The queen doesn't really like sending help to us, considering we have monster hunters here. So,
Well, I think the queen's probably not understanding the value that you guys provide. Like, she should send help here right away, don't you think?
you would think, but more priorities than us.
There's a big country, a lot of problems.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's unfortunate, but we get by. I mean, we are well funded. Don't get me wrong. We are very well funded by her and her backers and all the fucking noble pieces of shit out there. But
yay.
We do what we have to do, and we get by. And some of these people love their job, So.
It seems like it.
But you're free to look around town if you guys need anything. You're more than welcome to stay a night at the inn. Night's on us if you guys want to take it. You are been a huge help, even though you fucked up in the beginning, but you still slayed it. But yes, thank you for your service, and I am gonna go check out that dead body.
Theo bites his lip, holding something back, and then just like tips his head and says, "Yep, man. Thank you for your hospitality."
And she kind of bows to all of you, and just walks out and heading towards the cabin in the woods. All right, what you guys doing?
So she's heading out towards the cabin.
Yeah, she's gonna go check to see if he's really dead or not.
Y'all, I'm fucked up, but I really don't trust that guy's dead.
It's it tends to be unlikely. If it happens enough that they need to put guards in the morgues, in the specimen cases, it's happening more often than we think. I've had a few unalive around me as well while I was transporting them back. I don't know. You guys, listen. We got rid of the monster at this point, hopefully. And if it didn't, then we just go kill it some extra.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have much left to fight. Tell you what. Let's try to get some rest here, and we'll maybe keep tabs in the town, see if the mayor comes back. But I got something special I want to do. If we can take a rest here in town. I mean, you guys are free to leave. I don't want to hold you here, but I would like to see you all again in the morning after I've time to do some stuff.
Yeah, I definitely use a rest.
I absolutely need rest. So let's say we'll do our things, get everything accomplished that we need, get a rest, and see what we want to do in the morning.
All right.
So over the course of his rest, Theo wants to can I just use a blacksmith tools? Do I have to?
So you go up to the blacksmith, and dude is very familiar to you. Looks like an old buddy from your blacksmithing days and stuff. Probably someone you've traded resources with and just information of how to build certain things.
Oh, hey man.
Let's see. What do we want his name to be? What do you want his name to be?
Oh, hey there, Jordan. How you doing?
Oh, Theo, how's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a year.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. I'm doing a little monster hunting work now.
Really? Really? You a monster hunter? I never expected that.
Yeah,
I mean, I always
man.
knew you were. I always knew you were a tough son of a bitch. But dude, mud hunting, real deal. I love it. I'm proud of you. Never enough blacksmiths who are badass like you.
I don't know about that yet. Can I use like your anvil and forge real quick? I want to make
Oh yeah,
something for somebody.
anything for you, buddy. I mean, you used to be one of my best trading buddies.
Yeah. So Theo is basically trying to make a like back brace sort of thing to help out um
The barkeep.
barkeep. And then he's gonna use a magical infusion to basically just make it +1 armor as well.
Okay. Do you have to roll to
No,
make it
those
right?
are just.
No.
I mean, I do have to roll a Tinker's Tools check or a Smith's Tools check, I guess. But I have expertise, so I had
You get
plus.
advantage, or
I had +8 to this roll.
okay.
So 19.
It is almost flawless. It is in so good quality. Jordan's sitting there looking in awe just because he's never seen anything so perfect.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna go give this to a helpful friend. I'm gonna head over to the bar. Could you keep an ear out for me, Jordan, if the mayor comes back to town here anytime soon?
Yeah, definitely. What for? I mean, is
She
something
went
going
off
on?
to
You need-
check the old like wizard guy who lives outside of town. She went to check on him, and I'm not sure that's where that chimera thing came from. Was that guy's house? And I want to make sure.
I always knew that dude was creepy.
Yeah, he's sus. But anyway, so I'm gonna head to the bar. I assume the barkeep like is around there, even if he's not working.
Barkeep is there. He just has a bottle and sitting on in like a chair, just drinking.
I offer him the back brace.
What do you do? How do you like offer it? Do you just kind of sit with him real quick?
I said, I just wanted to. I kind of take my hat off, set it on the bar. I say, look, I thought you were amazing. I appreciate your help in giving us the information. I'm obviously just so sorry about the fact the monster got into town, but it was kind of things caught us off guard for sure. But you said you were having some back problems. I worked with a mining company back in Cecina, where I'm from, and they had these braces for like miners who had bad backs that I built. So I built you one of them, and it's pretty hardy, pretty sturdy. Should help like straighten out the back, keep you just strong and sturdy, not suffering from pain when you're like working and stuff.
Oh, I haven't been to the mines in forever. How's the sheriff doing?
Sheriff Walina is great. I mean, she's pretty fine, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, we used to have a thing back in the day.
She's
You know
great.
what I mean?
I think I get it.
When I was monster hunter, like you younglings, me and her got along real well.
She's a pretty good sheriff.
Oh, she always cares about the people. You couldn't ask for a better sheriff, in my opinion.
No, it's bad. No. She's great.
He kind of just puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, "Thanks, thank you a lot." As he kind of puts it on, you gotta hear a couple cracks as he kind of starts like getting used to it. And he goes, "Ooh, I feel like 10 years younger already."
I'm glad I can help.
Name's Bailey.
Bailey, it's Theobald Gold. You can call me Theo.
You're welcome here anytime. I'll always pay for your room for this nice brace you made me.
I appreciate that.
Anytime. All right, so you guys take your long rest unless you two want to do something.
No, I go ahead.
Well, Zephyr was gonna try to look for some place that he could get the scales that he took from the copper dragon, like made into an armor or something, like added to his leather armor or whatever.
You'd go to the blacksmith. He's like, "Sorry, man, I don't do anything for outsiders at the moment. I'm more just here to like keep up on buildings." So sorry, man.
All
Can't
right,
really help you.
I'll try the next town I go into to rid of a monster.
Yeah. Most other towns have their blacksmiths. I'm contracted here. I don't make stuff for the public, unfortunately. Yeah. Thank you for the service of killing that thing, though.
No
And
problem.
so you go back to the bar and you just go up to your room and pass out.
Yeah, in passing the chimera body again, Zephyr takes a few feathers from the eagle part of it.
Yeah. You take a couple feathers.
Yeah.
Miss Ferris, you're not doing anything?
No, I'm just going to enjoy the fact that we killed that monster, not think about the fact that it may or may not be actually dead, and then go to sleep.
All right. So you guys are taking a long rest. Morning comes, and what are you guys doing?
I check in to see if anybody heard back from the mayor.
So you go ask Jordan, and he's like, "Yeah, man, Mayor came back like a couple hours after you guys went to bed."
Everything seemed cool with her? She seem
I
alright?
mean, she never seems alright. She runs a fucking place that has monster parts in it that could still be alive, you know?
I mean, that's fair enough. She seemed normal though, at least for her.
Yeah, I mean, she seems normal. I mean, it's nothing like. I mean, she's really good at hiding stuff, like her emotions, just because she kind of has to be mean to some of these scientists that are like always freaking out about monster parts. So she kind of has to be mean. So, and she's, or just really not like really steadfast, I would say is the right word. You know, always just being stern with people and never showing her real emotions.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she's like, deep down, she's a nice person, but she has to be stern with these people just because they all get really giddity over these parts and not really doing their job sometimes.
Okay. Well, cool. Good to see you, man. Happy you're doing well.
Keep in touch, you know?
I'm hunting monsters. I might make my way back here every once in a while.
We good to see you. You're always welcome. Even if, like, you don't want to pay for a room at the bar or anything, you can always stay at my house and meet my wife, you know?
Oh, you got a wife now?
Hell yeah.
I'm so happy for you, man.
I'm happy for you. You're finally getting out.
Yeah.
Venturing. Like you always said you wanted to.
I know. I got a little bit of inspiration, and it was good. Well, I think I'm gonna go check in with the fellow hunters that helped me kill the thing, and I think I'll be on my way to the next town.
He goes in for a handshake.
I pull him in for a hug.
He hugs you back.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you. And just don't die.
I'll do my best. I give Rutherford some chin scratches, and I go off hunting for Miss Ferris and Zephyr.
All right, what are you two, where are you guys?
We had reconvened after waking up and probably finding food because I eat a lot.
The bar has like your normal food.
Yeah. So we're probably just like sitting and eating, hanging out.
Yeah, so Theo walks into the bar looking for you guys, and he sees you two and instantly starts sitting down.
Well, friends, I think that was I appreciate your help. Thank you for welcoming me in the little group here.
Hey, no problem. At least we all made it out alive, and nobody had their brain sucked out of their head.
You had your brain sucked out of your head?
Once, but it was quickly rectified. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. It was very unpleasant. So
I respect that.
We could just move forward. Thank you. Yes. So, yeah, avoiding those things. And did she confirm that it's dead? Did we actually kill it?
I think there was no question about the monster. I did have a question about the wizard guy, but
that's what I'm asking. Was because she went there, but did we hear back from her?
I heard she came back to town. I have not spoken to her yet.
Okay, but she came back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing. At least if she came back, then we know that he didn't kill her.
We should maybe go check on her, though. Just, like, stop by, make sure that everything in town is okay, and we can move on.
Yeah, I second that. I'm ready to, much as I want to try and figure out what happened to Looney Tunes over there, I would much rather just move forward and pretend that that creature never existed.
That's fair enough. So I guess up to the town hall.
So you guys make your way to town hall. You open the door. Someone give me a strength check. See if you can open this door.
Go, Miss
Oh,
Farris.
me. Yeah. 26. I fucking roundhouse kick the door.
I think that was probably a bit excessive.
So you roundhouse kick the door, and the receptionist instantly goes, "That was so unnecessary." I don't know. Do you have manners or no?
I just tip my hat and say sorry, man.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
Theo.
Got excited.
You're
New
fine.
boots.
Theo, you're a cutie. Don't you worry.
Theo just winks.
But this ogre of a woman has no manners, kicks a door open for some reason, and not only that, it's the mayor's place. As the mayor walks around the corner and goes, "Honey, relax. All right."
Can
no
I just get an
worries."
insight check on the mayor?
Yeah.
6.
She looks normal. Seems normal, acting normal.
We're not doing great.
I'm gonna do an insight check on the mayor as well.
You do that.
14.
I mean, from yesterday, she looks fine. I mean, you can tell maybe something's off and bothering her, but maybe that's just because she found out that one of her workers was making a fucking chimera. I mean, she probably knew it was a bad idea to even let him in, but it was on like the Queen's orders to have someone start experimenting with the monsters, so who knows? You don't know if it's good or bad.
Miss Mayor Y, we just want to check in, see if everything you checked out at the house is okay. Check in with you
Yeah,
before you leave.
I'm fine. She kind of walks over and places a hand on the receptionist. Shoulder to calm her down as she's still looking furiously at Miss Ferris. Yeah, everything's fine. I just went over there, made sure his body was still there, and it was. What I found out is he was using necrotic to suck the rest of the life force out of these monsters and use it for himself. That's why he looked the way he did.
Yeah.
Sunken skull and everything kind of thing, sunken eyeballs. But he was starting almost to regenerate a little bit, it seemed like to me, from what I could tell. So I just killed him again. And then I removed, tried to purify the souls inside of him that he did suck away from actual people.
Gotcha. Should we go burn that place down or something?
No. All those monster parts are property of the kingdom.
Gotcha.
And I would love to, don't get me wrong, I would love to get rid of that side of this town. But I feel like if I did, I would be in big trouble with the Queen.
Hey,
As
man,
it
it seems
was
like the Queen might be in
under-
big trouble with you. I don't know if the Queen can stand up to you, man.
I mean, I have my followers, that's for sure. And I am a pretty strong lady. But I don't feel like having the wrath of the entire kingdom on my ass, so
No, that's probably not good.
no. As her queen has done a lot of good things for us. But still a lot of questionable things.
Politicians, am I right?
Definitely.
Sorry, no offense.
Trust me, I hate politicians just as much as you do, even though I have to be one. I'd rather much be rather adventuring again, but here I am.
Okay. All right. Well, any closing marks, my friends?
I was just making sure everything in town was okay and we can skedaddle. 'Cause apparently people don't really like me here that much.
I
I'm
wonder
sorry.
why.
I think I'm a likable guy.
Hey, you helped
You
save my
are a
town.
likable guy. You are a likable guy.
Yes, but at the same time, he's only in it for the money, and he doesn't care about people, and he steals a lot of horses.
He helped save my town.
You're lucky the queen doesn't care about like the small petty thefts of fucking people nowadays, and she's more worried about
Well,
bigger.
I mean, small petty theft when you're, I don't know, slaying monsters, is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I'm surprised people even like you, Miss Ferris. I really am.
Oh.
Hey, I
Well,
think
I'll
there
tell you
seems
something.
to be a lot of words being thrown about here. I think we did a passable, not great, but passable job with the monster. Mayor, I think you're doing a great job with this town, and I think the three of us are probably gonna head out and go our own separate ways or whatever before any of us say anything that we might regret.
Sounds good. As I turn around and just start walking out the door.
Yeah, you kind of Theo right before you leave, as you gotta do your whole like nod thing. You just see her rubbing her temples, like I fucking hate adventure, fucking hate Monster Hunter sometimes, and then I was one too.
I like nod my head to the mayor, but then I like full on tip my cap and wink at the receptionist.
She kind of like giggles.
Oh my. Oh my.
Maybe I'll stay another night. I don't know.
All right. Congratulations, you beat a chimera, guys.
Let's go, baby. Friends, that was another episode of Monster Hunters Wandered. I was very excited to be a player again. That's fun. I like playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's great stuff. So I was I played Theobald Gold today. I was joined by Vex, who was our dungeon master. Daisy Cakes, who played Miss Faris, and Playful, who reprised his role as Zephyr. You can follow links to our individual Twitch channels, or which has links to some of our other stuff, in the description below of this, either on the podcast or on the YouTube video. Follow along with the podcast on Twitter at Idiots or at ErdPod, that's IRDPOD, and Instagram and TikTok at Idiots Rolling Dice. Hopefully we'll get back to the main campaign next week. We've just had a lot of scheduling issues lately, and it's made it hard to just get all together and play, as just is the reality of the world. So hopefully we can get back to the main campaign soon. If not, we'll have another one of these episodes for you. We might even have a special guest next time we do one of these episodes. I've been in talks with some people outside of the current play group, possibly about bringing them in. So that's cool for us. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow along the podcast. Whatever. Have a safe and blessed week or whatever. Bye.